Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mind Blowing Health and Wellness with Violet, Pat Chat Edition. I'm Violet.
And I'm Pat.
We make these videos to help people to better understand the information floating around the internet about keto. Patrick finds either articles or videos or information that he finds interesting, gets a spark from that he wants to talk about. So I'm not really sure what we're talking about today. You want to let us in?
Yeah. This week we're talking about restaurants in general, eating out. So is eating out and keto compatible? It's an article that I saw, actually, even surprisingly from CNET, so a tech like
CNET.
editor, yeah, CNET. So, but the article was how to eat keto at fast food restaurants, and they were taking like fast food as examples, like McDonald's,
Okay.
Arby's, but I didn't want to go to that article. Like it just like you said, sparked the idea, like to talk about. Because we love like eating out, we do it like probably too often,
Well,
and I
twice a
was
month.
like twice a month, yeah.
Twice a month is not
So
too. Is twice a month too often? Comment in this in the
yeah,
comment below. Is twice a month
how
too
often?
often?
Like how
I
often
don't
do you
think
go?
two.
You eat out?
I don't think
Actually,
twice a month is too often.
yeah,
I mean, there are some people that eat out like seriously every day,
yeah.
right? And
Oh
we're
yeah,
talking about like total, like
sure,
we've been eating home. Like
yeah.
if I go back to what I used to do,
Oh yeah, sure.
I used to have something from a restaurant at least 3 times a week.
Three
At
times a week. Yeah,
least
it's true.
3 times a week. Sometimes seriously 5. I hate
Mm.
cooking. Did I mention that I hate cooking? Yeah. So I was eating out a lot.
So
So
I
we're
was
better.
thinking, yeah. So I was thinking, let's review maybe some different kind of restaurant, type of restaurant, and what your good choices and your bad choices, what to avoid,
So are
what
we going to
to.
start with fast
So
food?
let's start with fast food. With
Okay.
fast food, like with fast food. Let's start with fast food.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. So burger places, usually fast food are either burger places, fried
So
chicken.
if I was going to do
Uh,
fast food,
so
okay, so just
so
I'm gonna go in order of like if I'm thinking fast food, what I'm thinking, because it doesn't matter
so
which fast food restaurant you go to, you're
let's go
dealing
with
with
your
poor
burger joint.
quality.
Yeah.
No, but
Okay.
I'm going to go the order that my brain is good. Okay, so just to show you something, if you're going to do fast food, we know their oils are not great. So we're like
Yeah.
I'm going typical fast food. The oils are not going to be great. So my first choice is going to be some restaurant where make their burgers on a grill or a griddle. They're still going to throw a little bit of oil if it's a griddle, but if it's a grill, so like Wendy's or Harvey's,
Harvey's.
right? Like they put their stuff on a grill. I'm going to go
Sure.
there and try to get some kind of chicken that's not breaded. I know that there's a few of them that have like just
Because you can't
the
have beef, but
unbreaded.
like
Yeah, I don't eat beef,
you
and
can eat beef.
they're not gonna have a pork burger.
No,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna try to get some kind of chicken that's not breaded. That's my first choice. I'm looking for some kind of restaurant that has a grill.
Yeah.
Okay. Choice number 2. If I have to go with somebody that's frying something or cooking, choice number 2 is going to be some kind of chicken place. So like a Kentucky or right, because at the minimum it's chicken. I can eat chicken, right?
And usually take out the skin anyway
And
with
I'm
the
just gonna take
bread
the
and the
I'm gonna take the skin
so
off and I'm gonna eat the chicken. So that would be my second
still
choice.
not fried in the best of oils
No, it's
though,
not.
yeah.
And
So
this is
you just
again, it's the
keep
compromise you're making because you're stuck and I'm assuming it's a day that I wouldn't fast. If I could fast that evening, that's what I would do. Like, so just to be
but let's
clear,
say you're
choice
dying
number 1
hungry.
actually would be fasting. But if I was
Yeah.
in a situation, maybe I was fasting already or I fasted already for the week and I didn't want to do another fasting day or whatever my situation was, although I really can't see myself choosing to eat poor quality food over fasting, but right? So
Yeah.
then I would go chicken.
But if you go like just the category of restaurant just above like your usual fast food or just above the McDonald's, you won't pay like way much more, and you can have better quality food, and often you can replace your like. What are we replacing? For example, like for sure, but burger buns we want to replace with lettuce, and surprisingly, like I've been asking that more
A&W
and more.
apparently is now doing
Yeah.
that
So more and
as
more
a
you when you ask, like it's not surprising anybody now to ask for we have here a restaurant called La Cage au Sport, so it's a sport like restaurant. And last time I went with my boys, I did ask for a leaf wrap, and like it was fine. Like they So
They accommodated you,
yeah,
even though it wasn't on the
totally.
menu.
It wasn't on the menu, and they did.
Oh, cool.
So for burgers, like so chicken, like beef, usually, like you said, it's pretty rare to have a pork burger. Maybe be careful with the condiment, ketchup, relish. I think mustard is better. Like
Mustard is better.
there's yeah, but
Oh,
ketchup, relish, be careful.
you just reminded me.
Yeah.
The other thing that you can usually do, so another option, whatever restaurant you do go to, typically because they're trying to be more health conscious, they do now have salads on the menu. So,
Yeah.
like, I
Oh yeah,
remember
sure.
going to McDonald's for some reason early in my situation with keto, and you weren't keto yet, and Kyler wanted something from McDonald's, and I got you guys stuff, and I took a salad, a chicken
Yeah.
salad, so it's salad with chicken in it, and so and it was
works.
fine. It
Yeah.
wasn't amazing, but it wasn't, it was fine. So
Subway now
usually,
does that too. You can have their sandwich as salad. Like they're gonna put the sandwich basically in a bowl without the bread.
oh, I didn't
Yeah,
even know
so
they do
so
that.
Subway you can do that too.
Oh,
So
okay, interesting. Okay, and they're probably gonna charge you extra for having no bread.
no, actually they don't.
I was
They
ma-
should do you like a special.
This should be a special if you're not
Should be a
taking their bread.
special,
But
they don't
anyways,
do that
yeah.
either. So yeah, so for the burger, it's possible like to have a good burger, like careful with the condiments.
If you're in the
like,
situation
if
of
you,
me that you don't eat beef, you're probably gonna have a harder time at a
yeah.
fast food restaurant.
Yeah. Although the just for your information, the burger I took at La Cage last week when I went with the boys was a pork burger.
Oh,
It's
they have
delicious.
a pork
They have
burger
a pork
now?
burger. Yeah. They have
Oh,
a pork
yay.
burger.
And just
So-
just for people to know, Fire and Ice in Boston also has pork burger.
Ah, okay.
Or no, was it turkey or pork? What was it?
Oh, turkey. But basically they had a like a
But
like
it
your
was
ground meat on
it was
the
an
shelf,
it,
and you.
it was a not beef burger.
Oh no, they had patties, right?
Yeah.
They had like a little. Okay.
Yeah, but was it pork or was it turkey?
It was turkey. I think.
I think it was turkey, but it was still delicious.
Yeah. Okay, salads was my second thing on my list. So fast food or not, they're usually now always a salad you can take. That
And
will
especially
be better
since-
than fries and
And especially since like the restaurants have started to really, well, I mean, we're going back years now. Restaurants have been trying to accommodate people who want to be healthier and still want to eat out. So there are a lot of salads that have meat in them, or some kind of fish, like shrimp or something. So you have a possibility of having some kind of protein in your salad. And this has been a while now
Yeah,
that you've seen this trend of restaurants trying to accommodate people who want to be healthier. You probably, unless you're doing, like, you probably want to make sure that they're not using a low fat dressing.
yeah.
So you probably want to ask about that, make sure that they're using a regular fat dressing. But besides that, it should be pretty safe.
And usually, like whatever the restaurant, whether it's a pizza place, you usually have a Caesar salad, and
Yeah,
you can
usually.
have chicken. Usually, and it's kind of unless like they do offer like low fat like Caesar dressing. Usually, Caesar
Usually
dressing.
it's, yeah, that's
it's like
normal.
it's
Oh, you just
normal, yeah.
reminded me of something. And no matter what salad that you order, you can, I should say 90% of the time, no matter what salads you order, you can have them take the croutons out. You can
yeah.
have them make it without certain parts. So like, for example, there's a salad that I love to eat. It's called a harmonious salad, but it has green pepper, and red peppers, blah, blah, blah. And it has, there's something else in it. Onions, I want to say. And I always have them make it with no onions and like maybe like a quarter of the green peppers that or they do that, or I pull the green peppers out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you can,
They
and
usually-
actually I have them add bacon, and they do that as well. So you can like customize your
Yeah, yeah,
salad
yeah,
as well.
totally. And just like you can, especially the croutons, it's relatively easy not to eat them.
Yeah, you can toss
just
those
toss
croutons
them,
out, but it's
yeah.
so much nicer when it's just not in there.
Yeah.
You know, accidentally throw it in your mouth when you're not paying attention.
Yeah. The article was also like giving a word of warning about soups. Like if you do like soups, be careful. Like soups in restaurant, usually they're all like prepared stuff. Like you
Oh,
can
so preservatives.
So preservative, even sugar. So the carb content on a prepared soup in a restaurant, be careful with that. Like
What's funny-
especially like they do serve, like they do offer it like if you have a table d'hôte like with appetizer appetizers and stuff. So be careful with the soup.
What's funny is that people don't realize that one of the main preservatives that is actually used is sugar.
It's sugar.
So it's like it's that's
And,
why it's
and
used
usually
in so
it's
many foods.
milk too. Like they were saying that most like soup
Cream
base
soups.
is even cream soup like is usually made with milk and adding sugar. So it's not like it's pretty rare you'll have a soup that's made with cream unless you go like at a higher class restaurant. So be careful with the soups. And the other thing, like at fast food, be careful with the breaded stuff. So even if it's
Yeah.
a chicken like
Chicken burgers,
chicken
you have to
breast,
ask if
chicken
they're
something.
breaded.
So like yeah, but most of the time, like now they do offer the grilled version of the breaded. So like the last few times we went like in restaurant, you have the breaded. Even in fast food, you have the breaded chicken, you have the grilled chicken. So like you can
It
prefer
depends. You have to
the
double check because some restaurants do and some restaurants don't. It really will like depend on their style. Again, how hungry are you? Right? Like this is all going to come down to how hungry are you, because if you feel like this is a day that you need to eat, you might, and you're in my situation where you can't eat red meat, eating that breaded chicken might be the only option you have, but
yeah.
I mean I doubt it. There's usually another option.
No, but put it in your numbers and just
Yeah.
like work around that like for the rest of the day. Like go low, like no carb for the rest of your food intake if possible. Let's go through some different categories of restaurants, like to see which we would think are the best and the worst. I thought
Okay.
about that, and
Am I gonna
and
get like hate mail from like restaurants now? Okay, go ahead.
so I was thinking about, okay, we covered fast food for sure. What about Mexican food? Mexican food, we do have a Mexican
Oh, okay.
restaurant. We went
Mexican food
lately,
is so
but it's
hard.
hard,
It's
right?
hard because you have to end up taking out so much
Yeah, it's
out of
really
the
heavy
menu.
corn based.
Like the thing that I figured out when we went the last time was fajitas, because you can just make it in a lettuce
You know, lettuce wrap.
leaf.
Yeah.
But like most things have so many things in it.
It's
It's
heavy in,
really, really
yeah,
hard
it's heavy
to,
in rice. It's heavy in corn tortillas, corn little chips, and there's
yeah.
like, yeah, there's
And
dips. The only good thing they have is avocado and
the,
guacamole.
yeah. And like this is the other part of the story too, for me, anyways, because like everybody's different. But I'm that person that once I learn something's not good for me, like I'm just not doing it. So, like to go to a restaurant where I'm gonna pay a normal price for a meal and only be able to eat a third of it, like to me that's not worth it anymore. Because I'm not gonna eat those other things. They're gonna get thrown away. Right? And even when I ordered the fajitas, like first of all, I didn't feel like there was enough meat. Um, so that was frustrating to me. But like most of the peppers, most of the onions, like almost like I threw away a good portion of it. It was
Yeah.
a wasted meal. So even though would I go
But
back?
yeah, no,
No.
but to put some context, actually, what happened is that we were supposed to do tacos meal at home, where usually we can adapt. Even the taco spice we do at home, we don't put sugar. Like be careful, like if you have tacos at home and you buy those little packets of spices, they're really high in sugar. So you can easily like find, like Google the recipes. You can find a recipe to put like a seasoning mix on in your meat, and it's really good.
Yeah, the
But
one you
like,
made was really good.
yeah, but like that day, actually, what happened? It was
Holiday.
a holiday, and all the stores were closed. And we actually felt like, okay, let's go like see if our Mexican place that we used to go before was open. We did take a look at the menu though, and we did find some options for us. For example, I had a piece of chicken with a an avocado sauce, but didn't have the rice, and like ask for more vegetables. But like yeah, it was more like something for the kids than us. That
But
makes it really difficult.
and for me, what was difficult with why and so for me, what was difficult and why I didn't order that meal was because when I was looking at the vegetables, I was like,
Yeah,
it's
they're a
going to
little
be
bit.
vegetables I'm not going to be able to
Mm,
eat.
yeah,
So that's why I
yeah,
decided to try
right.
the wrap. But anyways, I do feel
Mm,
like, again, I'm that person that I'm not eating corn. I'm just
mm,
not eating it. I'm not eating, what was the other thing that I saw on your plate that I was like, not eating that. So like there was too many things on the
right.
plate that I was like, yeah, I was right. I would have been throwing more than half away.
Hmm.
In the end, I ended up throwing away like probably a third, maybe, I guess, because I didn't eat all those green peppers, red peppers, da da da. So like I maybe ate one or two pieces of that, and they're nightshades on top of it. So like I really do have to be careful with those. But so like those are the
Okay.
things, right?
Yeah.
When you're trying to go to a Mexican restaurant, like Mexican restaurants are really just high carb meals. It would be like
Yeah.
us trying to go to a Caribbean restaurant now. Like I don't, what would we eat?
Mm.
Like we'd basically be able to eat, or maybe a salad and a piece of meat, but that's like all the rice, it wouldn't work
Yeah.
like anymore. I couldn't have a roti. That's like that'd be torturous.
Okay.
Like it just like it
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it now.
No. Yeah. Okay. Another. Let's go with another. Oh no. Let's not say if it's good or bad. Just ask you because we used to love going to those places. What about Chinese restaurants?
Yeah, we haven't
haven't
been able
been
to go
able to
to a
go
Chinese restaurant
in like 2 years.
also.
Yeah.
Like so what's funny? Okay, so like you said, tacos we make them at home and we are able to like modify to the way we want. Chinese we make at home. Why? Because it's so hard. What would we eat at a Chinese restaurant?
Right. What we make at home, like the only thing we've like been able to make is like
The butter
egg
chicken.
roll. The butter no butter chicken is Indian. I
Oh,
was
sorry,
more
that's
like
right.
thinking
You're right.
Asian, yeah.
Yeah.
So the egg roll in the bowl.
Egg roll in a bowl. Yeah.
Egg roll in the bowl. That's like you can
Yeah.
find your recipe, the crack slaw. You can find a bunch of recipes online,
Yeah.
and
So
it is very good. Actually, it is good.
what would
It's a
be?
good.
Well, I mean,
But
the General Tao.
General Tao say heavily breaded. Everything. The
I
thing
wonder
is
if you
like
can make General Tao without breading it. Like just the meat
maybe with the
part.
sauce, but the sauce is sweet. Like the thing is like with it.
Oh,
like,
that's true. The sauce is sweet.
like with like Chinese food.
I was thinking about the
everything
spicy
is
part,
so
but you're right.
sweet.
Yeah, it just.
So basically, like for us, it's been for a year and a half, like a no go. Like we
But
didn't
some
go.
things in the Chinese restaurant were savory. But then there's the MSG part of the puzzle. Like, do they have
Yeah.
MSG in them, which is monosodium glutamate, which acts like
Yeah.
sugar. So even though it doesn't taste like sugar, it acts like sugar
it's bad for
in
your
the
health.
system.
Yeah.
So that's what I understand. Or somehow it elicits the same sugar reaction, blah blah blah, in our body somehow. I'm not really sure on that one. That's something I'm just recently looking up. But my point being, yeah, you're right. Like Chinese, we have
Chinese,
not gone back to the only Chinese food we eat at home. You're right, is the egg roll in a bowl.
Yeah.
And I mean, even the egg roll in a bowl, I'm not the most enamored of
Yeah.
it.
But that's good. Now I forgot one actually in my list that is
Indian?
usually bad to go out, but you can easily make at home. And
The Indian food?
yeah, the Indian food. So I did find a super nice recipe for butter chicken,
chicken, yeah.
and I did find like you can make your own naan bread in quote, but with
Actually,
coconut
I think it
flour,
tastes
and it's
really good.
good. And so what I did like last time for an Indian meal, the butter chicken was great. The like I replaced the rice with cauliflower rice, which is great too. Tastes great. And even like you just actually food process your cauliflower, put it in a frying pan for maybe not even 10 minutes. I think it is gonna give you a nice feel with the sauce, and the naan bread with the coconut.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I
that was.
I
And
did
even
enjoy.
the kids, like even the kids love it. That's a keto meal that they have regular naan bread, but like and regular rice, but the butter chicken they love. So
Actually, everything, like 90% of what we make, they eat. Like they don't like the crack slaw, so that like. But again, I don't like it that much
Yeah.
either, so I can
Okay,
understand
yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of, I don't know. It's maybe it's an acquired taste. I'm not sure, but like that's the one meal that I think that we tried that. I was like, okay, not really. Even the shepherd's pie that you made, Kyler loved
yeah.
it. Like she was
I
like
haven't done that in a while.
you know, like yeah, you haven't made that. So there I do feel that we're talking about restaurants though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But there's something things that you can't go out and get in a restaurant that you can make
You
at
can
home.
make at home, that's for sure. And so, but
But Indian
so
food?
Indian food.
I think
going
you could go out and
Mm.
get Indian. I think you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You would because Indian
meat.
does do a lot of savory.
The meat and the vegetables.
If you stick to the meat, you're
but
gonna have a little bit of carbs in that meat for sure.
yeah.
But if you stick to the meat, you don't have any naan. So if you
Yeah,
just have
that's the hard
meat
part.
and have the what do you call it?
The vegetables.
the
like
vegetables and
like
I
the
think you could
spicy
do it.
vegetables. You probably can, but I know for me it would be hard, like because I have good rice.
I don't think
they have
it'd be
good
hard.
bread,
I think I
so-
could do it.
Okay.
Just because like I'll eat
Okay,
the
we'll
part
try.
that's me. You know, I'm gonna eat the part that I know I can eat. So I think I would do it.
Okay, we'll try. Okay, so
Oh, are we actually
these
gonna try now?
were- This yeah, why not? Well, okay, so these were
I get
like
to go
our
to India.
worst option. What are our best option? Like because we do have like I think maybe we have 3 now best restaurants where we're talking about the harmonious salad. So there's a place close to our place that has really good salad. They
Well,
have
okay.
a whole page of salads that are
Seriously, your best option, and okay, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be elitist, okay? But your best option is always going to be a fancy restaurant.
A fancier,
You
fancier restaurant.
no,
Yeah,
fancy.
fancy.
Yeah, your best option is always going to be a fancy restaurant. If you go to a fancy restaurant, so any restaurant where like a plate is going to cost, minimum 20
$20,
bucks, minimum.
16, $20. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say like I mean you don't have to go crazy high, but if it starts at like I mean a plate, so I'm not talking about any appetizer. I'm talking about when the main plate is starting at 20 or more, you are going to find that you can eat whatever the heck you want to eat in there. If you want a salad, they're gonna do what you want because that's the kind of restaurant it is. Right? That's the kind of
Yeah.
restaurant it is.
Yeah.
If you order this meat with this salad, they're gonna bring that out to you and then they'll charge you for it.
Yeah. Totally.
They're going to try, and a $20 meal might cost you 30, 40 bucks, but
If we go, what's that site? That restaurant review site, like where you see all the dollar sign, like up to $4 sign that's lit up. Like if you stick to the $2 signs, like usually that's the meals that are between 15 and 30. I think that's like probably where you wanna go. But don't get us wrong. Like if we go out, like the five of us, like it's expensive. That's for sure.
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm
So,
not trying to be elitist. I'm just saying that if you want to be sure that you're going to a restaurant where you're going to get to eat keto the way you want to eat, keto, you're starting. So, okay, if they're going to do it the way that I want to eat keto, it's probably a $40 or more restaurant because that means they're going to have good oils as well.
oh, yeah.
Right? So if you're talking probably $40, $50 or more per plate. But I think at 20, you at the minimum know that you can put together something that's going to make sense and taste great. So if you're asking me that question, like, how do I know for sure? That would be like, I'm going to a nicer restaurant. I'm not trying to go to a burger joint and get,
No, yeah, that's for sure.
right?
So, but our best option, like that place where we go with the
Well, we're not,
salads.
I mean, we're not sponsored by
No,
anything. First of
no,
all, I'm just gonna say that out loud. But like, so here in Montreal, because I guess you're looking for me to say the name of the restaurant.
no, I'm not.
Oh,
But like,
okay.
I was just even to avoid it. But like,
Okay.
if you don't mind, like saying it for sure, like Elixir is there. I think there's 2 or 3 now in Montreal, probably one in Laval. They have like a nice, nice salad options, and they're really like, usually they're not too against like accommodating you
No,
when you
they're
like, yeah.
absolutely accommodating. Like I said, that's
So
the same restaurant where I
remove
take
this,
out,
add
I
this,
take
and
this out and
then
I put this in, and they make they make the salad exactly the way I want
Yeah.
it. The only thing they can't do is give me hot meat because that's a whole other like that's something that they don't have the correct meat for that salad for. But other than that, like so, I mean, they really do accommodate me in terms of my meals. I'm trying to think of what other restaurant that we got a lot of good accommodations with. Like, because
like
the
most of that
Portuguese,
category, yeah, that you stealing my idea. So, but that's something I wanted to add. Like, I know in Montreal, like the Portuguese chicken places, you have it in the $2 sign section, but you also have like there's more and more chains opening where you can get like a chicken and vegetables, like not super expensive.
yeah. So like the Portuguese restaurant that there's more than one of them
PV, I
actually.
think.
The
So is it
Portuguese restaurants that we tend to go to, and there's more than one of them. Again, another place where because it's chicken mostly. I think they do have other meats, but like they have pork as well, but it's chicken and pork mostly. I'm assuming there must be beef on the menu. We don't usually order that.
Which one are you talking about? The one that's close to your
It doesn't
place?
matter.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm just saying, all the Portuguese
Yeah.
places that you've ever taken me to, like it's meat
It's me.
and vegetables,
Yeah.
right, and salad if you want. So it's again a very simple, easy way to like. I think in terms of budget, actually, that's a budget friendly way to get a good quality meat
Yeah.
and vegetable combination. And actually, I do find that the vegetables were really good. Like they were kind of above the ground type things. A lot of, yeah, they were not. They were not like potatoes and stuff.
No,
It
yeah.
was actually
Or
real,
salad and
real
a
nice
yeah.
vegetables. Yeah. And then I guess the other restaurant that comes to mind is the K Barbecue.
Korean
Another good
barbecue.
example where you can go.
Not
It's
too
like it's meat.
expensive,
It's
yeah.
meat, more meat, and then you have
And
your
yeah.
vegetables that you can order. I mean, all of these restaurants obviously have carb stuff that you can order, but if you just stick to the stuff that's healthy for you to eat, you should be fine.
So if you have a Korean barbecue place where you just like usually I don't know if they're all like that, but ours is all you can eat. So you just like put your number on the sheet like corresponding to the meats you want, and they bring it raw, and you grill it like in a little grill on your table. So we do like that. And I think most stuff like on the table, because like basically they bring you lettuce wraps, so that's a big plus for us. And you have some kimchi but it's mostly like vegetables. Like so it's I don't feel like it's a super carby. Although
It's
maybe
not. Well,
some
again, it's one of
marinades are
those.
probably a little bit sweet, like the chicken, for example.
But the thing is, it's one of
But
those situations where it's as carby as you decide to make it at that point, because you choose the meats. You don't have to choose the meat that has the marinade that's sweet. You
right.
can choose the meat that has the savory ones. You don't have to have all the vegetables on the, like I don't. I just have like I usually have the kimchi and the cucumber, blah blah, whatever that
Yeah.
is. I don't know what that is called, but like it's salty. But like I put two things on mine, so it's like it's as carby or not carby
Carby
as you
as
decide to
you
make it
decide
to
to
be.
make it. Yeah.
So all of that to say that I think that if you decide to go to a restaurant where you have a bit more control, you will have more control.
Yeah.
But can I just point out something else? It just occurred to me that if you're trying to do keto in a way that so we always have to pay attention to our budget. And as long as you're keeping your carbohydrates down, your health will be improved. But like I would really, the same way that I would say that if I'm driving, you know, a typical American car, then putting medium or regular gas in it is not going to be a big deal. But if I'm driving like,
And
a
BMW.
German vehicle, or I'm trying not to say, if I'm driving like a German company
German,
or
yeah.
whatever, if I'm driving some kind of really expensive sporty vehicle, I'm not putting medium or regular gas. I'm putting the premium in. You have to consider that if I can afford to eat grass fed, why would I put myself to eat McDonald's? Where I spend my money on my health is it's going to be spent. I can spend it over the course of my lifetime eating good quality food, or at some point in a lump sum to the government or to the healthcare system, depending on where you live, to get myself out of a hole. Right? I'm going to spend it one place or the other, but you're going to spend it. I prefer to spend my money on the food I'm eating to have a healthier body, so that in the long run, I can keep myself healthy without the aid of a doctor. So I'm encouraging you to do the same thing. Like think about the food you're eating. Let thy food be thy medicine and thy medicine be thy food, right? That's what that was the saying. Like let your food help you to stay healthy so that in your long term, you're in the doctor's office much less, right? Like skimping on food. That's another saying that I heard. I'm too poor to shop cheap, right? And I believe in that. If you buy cheap stuff, you're gonna be back at the store, and in the end, you spent more than if you'd just bought the expensive thing to begin with, right? There's certain things like food where I'm saying invest in your food. Your body's gonna love you for it. I know my body loves me for it. My body is ecstatic that I'm investing in my food. I'm drinking better quality water. I'm eating better quality food. I'm still working on my sleep. But I'm trying to do the things that I know from research, that I know from doctors, that this is the way we're supposed to eat. This is the way we're supposed to drink. I can say in the last, well, except for the exception was yesterday. It was the first time I had a soda. And I don't know how many days was yesterday. I had diet soda yesterday. We went to see a movie and we ordered diet soda. But before that, I can't remember the last time. Like I'm really, really making a big attempt to invest in my food and my drink. I'm drinking better quality filtered water. I'm investing. And I encourage everybody to do the same thing. I encourage you to do the same thing. I am always encouraging you to do that. Like, let's do that. Let's be healthier. We encourage our children to do that, right? We're constantly talking to them about their food choices. We're constantly trying to kind of guide them right direction. I'm not going to torture my kids. I mean, honestly, we have 3 kids that are very healthy, run around, jump around, they're moving constantly, and they eat as well as us, like 80% of the time. They have snacks. But they're on the track to know that it's better for them to eat less carbs. Choosing the good restaurant.
Yeah, look at the menu online
Look at the
just
menu.
before. If you like make again, like we said in the past weeks, make a plan,
Make a
stick to
plan.
it, make a plan. Look at the
Yeah.
menu, see like if you what options you have for sure. If I do look in the menu and I don't see any pork, any chicken, or it's just like beef, I'm skipping to the other one. But like usually, like we do find what we like, and we go out
Your body
often.
is the most important thing you're ever going to own. I'm just telling you that right now. It's the most important thing. Treat it properly. Treat it properly. You only get one. You only get one. So I want to thank you guys for watching Mind Blowing Health and Wellness with Violet, Pat Chat Edition. I want to thank my wellness warriors as always for being here. I'm always excited to talk to you guys. Everybody else who's new, please subscribe. Click that bell so you know when our next video is coming out. We love making these videos for you guys, and you can actually contribute to the production of videos by going to Patreon/Violet Rivera. Information is there about your contributions, what perks you might get. I love making these videos for you guys. We look forward to talking to you guys again next week.
Talk to you next week.